Welcome to the Desert OnDeck podcast with your hosts, Santi'd and Zaydar.
Hey yo everybody, welcome to yet another episode of Desert on Deck. We're happy to have you all. I'm Zaydar with Santi'd here, and here we go. Got some very interesting things now that we're moving into the second half of the Major League Baseball season. And we've got some interesting developments that started last half, and they're carrying over into this half. So what do you got? Got a team for us, Santi'd, that's doing some real interesting things?
I got a team that's gonna blow your socks off, man. And their name is the Texas Rangers. They lead the AL West. I'm just joking with y'all. It is the Boston Red Sox, and the Boston Red Sox are an enemy of ours. We have not talked anything good about the Red Sox. The only time we talked good about the Red Sox was when they made that trade with the Brewers, and that looked like a bad trade. It looked like an awful trade at first. It seems like the Brewers, they make kind of bad trades over the offseason. I'm trying to realize that. Pretty Peralta, bad trade. But Caleb Durbin, he's been on the right, Caleb Durbin, he's on the Red Sox, and he's been been gassing up. And so now the Red Sox are on a 15-game win streak. But for the folks watching, Zaydar, we want to tell them what the situation we are actively in right now. Very rare.
So, for all you who don't follow active scores, the Red Sox are currently playing against the Orioles, and they have history on the line. 80 years ago, they won 15 straight, and with this streak, they've tied it. But if they lose this active game, then they could lose then who knows? They wouldn't make history, but in the end, they've turned their season around. So, history is on the line tonight, but the season might be on the line for the rest of the year. Who knows?
I honestly find it kind of crazy how much they've came back, cause they looked dead. They fired Alex Cora. They fired everyone, basically, and it was really weird on how they were able to come back from what we thought was gonna be just a throwaway season. We thought they were gonna do a lot of selling, but no, they've done a great job, and they are at their 15-game win streak. Of course, as of right now, as we're recording, because it is a dire situation, 4-0 for the Red Sox right now as we speak, but they actually reside. If I'm looking at this right, yes, they reside 2 games over the Seattle Mariners in the wild card race. So it shows that they are actually, even if they lose today's game, still pretty comfortable in the playoffs. And the Mariners have been getting, I think, whooped this whole goddamn series against the Reds. They got next week the Mariners don't even play. Okay, where's the Mariners? Hold up. Where's the Mariners? Okay. Mariners. Did they not play there? Got 2 off days? Oh, they got whooped so bad they gave them 2 off days. That's crazy. Well, yeah, they had the 2.5 games ahead of them, so if they lose today, which we hope they don't, because this episode is about them, we can finally give them their flowers. They would be 1.5 games ahead. But Zaydar, what's your opinion, man? I mean, we've talked so much good about the Red Sox here, but how shocking is this comeback, really?
I did not expect the Red Sox to be flipping their season around like this. Like the Phillies, I don't know if you watched the Phillies with their whole manager beef, but it's like the second they got a new manager, they took off. They started soaring. But the Red Sox, even with their new manager, they still kind of just treaded water. They weren't good. And then suddenly, I don't know what happened. Going into the break, they realized, hang on a second, our first baseman, Wilson Contreras, is in the home run derby. Why don't we all do good? The last team I expected to be going off among potential contenders was the Red Sox. I thought they were dead in the water after a month of the season, but now they're on fire, and it doesn't seem like much is slowing them down right now.
You know what team that... Okay, because three managers have been fired this year that have been relevant. Three managers, okay? We have the Phillies manager, we're talking about them. The Red Sox manager and the Mets manager. They've all been fired. And of course, in a very ironic Mets way, the Mets are still Metting. But we're gonna give the Mets their flowers. We're gonna give them their flowers. We're having a good time today. They did win the game on Tuesday against the Brewers. Unfortunately for them, they lost today against the Brewers 4-3. So, but hey, baby steps. Baby steps. They still really suck, but maybe Zaydar, maybe they're gonna make a comeback. But I think the Red Sox, I've actually realized this, Zaydar. Last year they kind of had this kind of same little thing. Last year they had the big Rafael Devers trade where they traded a bunch of jabronis for basically James Tibbs and basically Dustin May. They traded Rafael Devers for Dustin May. But you know what? In the end, maybe that trade's looking pretty good because did you realize, Zaydar, that once they did that trade, the Red Sox, they just kind of kept going and they kept going to make it into the playoffs. And this summer, I think the Red Sox, they just lock in during the summer. Like they have something big that happens in the summer. This year, Wilson Contreras, he put on a really good show in the home run derby. Must have motivated them a lot. They've been going off crazy style. Not only coming out of the break, but coming into the break. They've been pretty good. And especially from a Red Sox team that was just awful to kick off the year. Pretty impressive from them.
It really is impressive, and you love to see it with teams that, it's not like the Red Sox have a decent farm system, and they're not terrible, and they're never terrible, just kind of disappointing sometimes, like a lot of teams. But it's always good to see a disappointing team turn it around and like start living up to the potential we all know they can. It's a feel-good story, but if they continue this push for the playoffs and they put on a good show, it would make a really good narrative, but it's also just fun to see, and it warms the heart to see a team like the Red Sox do good sometimes.
I also really hate the Yankees, so I hope that they win.
Yeah, that sums it up right about there.
I
Kinda
really
hope-
don't like the Yankees.
Yeah, just as long as the Red Sox do something better than the Yankees, we'll take it.
Yeah, so speaking of the Yankees, let's take a look back at the AL wild card, okay? Yankees are 3 games above the wild card line because they lost today in extra innings to the Pittsburgh Pirates, who, as of now, just to are tied for the wild card. But the Diamondbacks, I don't think have played yet. I don't think so. Either that or they're off today. Oh no, they won. 15-5. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Well, let's finish up our Red Sox talk. Zaydar, obviously we're early on into the coming in, and the trade deadline's coming up pretty soon. If the Red Sox keep getting hot, because even if they lose eventually, which could be today, but even if they lose eventually, but shoot, if they keep winning like they are, shoot, they could. Do you think you can see them buying at the deadline to try and maybe make that final push to make it to the playoffs? Maybe make it to the playoffs. We'll see. What do you think?
If I'm correct, they don't have a terrible farm system. They got some decent pieces they could probably sell, or they could probably send off for a bigger piece. So, yeah, I think right now they're solidly in the wild card by a couple of games. I think if they keep pushing and they keep outpacing other teams like the Orioles and the Mariners for wild card spots, Mariners aren't wild card. Yeah, if they keep pushing other teams out of the way for the wild card and start seeing that they really have a shot at going deep into October, I could totally see Boston buying, and their GM going out there and making some moves, try and get this team as far as possible. What do you think?
Well, the Red Sox, even though they're known for not doing much, but honestly, man, I think what they could use is maybe just another bat in that lineup. But besides that, they've been pretty. I think the pitching's pretty good. I don't think there's anything wrong with the pitching. I remember they were thinking about selling, but at this point, they have to have a catastrophic losing streak to even be to even think about selling. Because right now, because there were talks about them trading Chapman, and it seemed like they might have done that at some point. But with them being on this 15 game win streak, and them being now in the wild card race again, and not only wild card race, but in a contention to be in the playoffs, we'll take a look again. We're gonna take another look again at the standings. Let's take a look at the AL East standings, because I know the AL East not coming out the gate hot enough. Well, actually, they kind of are. W2. The Rays are on a win streak. They are on a 2-game win streak. But those Red Sox, they are 6 games behind the Rays. They are 2.5 games behind the Yankees. And the Orioles and Toronto Blue Jays do not exist this year. So, if they get a couple bats and the Yankees and Rays start to kind of slow down a bit, do you think the Red Sox can make a push for maybe not just the 4th wild card seed, maybe not even the 5th wild card seed? Maybe they could go for that, that AL East crown right there. What do you think, Zaydar? Too far? Am I going too far? Am I thinking too positive, man? What do you think?
Ambitious, definitely, but at this point, anything's possible with baseball. The 6 games, even though it is a lot in general, for what is there, 40 games left, 50 games left in the season, it's more than possible that Boston could try to edge their way in. And we saw this from Cleveland last year when they shoved their way to get through. No. Yeah, when they beat Detroit last year for the division. And it was even further. It was much further out. So Boston, if they keep up, they don't even have to win every game, of course, but if they just stay hot and keep performing the way they're performing, then they would easily be able to outpace the Rays and, take the division. And of course, it's never an easy path to try and come from behind for a division race, but I definitely see it as a possibility, even if it's a tough one. No, I think you're right on spot with that potential. That if Boston stays locked in, then it could happen. It really could happen.
Yes, but there are also many other factors you gotta take in. Is the fact that the other 2 teams have to do bad, but maybe a higher wild card seed would probably help out a bit. Would help out pretty good, because they get the 4th wild card seed. They would get home field advantage in the wild card series, and that's something you could very much use in the postseason. Of course, once once the playoffs actually go on, home field kind of goes away. But just a thought.
And then especially in Fenway with such a weird park, you're gonna want that home field advantage when others aren't used to playing.
Yeah, exactly, and they're not gonna have home field advantage in the damn World Series, because the NL has them beat big time. But maybe they could make a charge for a higher wild card spot. Boston, don't make us eat our words. We finally talk good about you for the first time in forever. But that kind of says it all for the Red Sox. But we still have half an episode to go through. So let's talk about yesterday, because as of today, it's Wednesday, and the time it's coming out, it will be Wednesday. Should be. But Tuesday came around, and Tuesday, a lot of stuff happened. A lot of blowouts, a lot of clutchness, and we just gotta talk about all these moments, Zaydar. But you want us to hold these people's hands and take them step by step on some of our favorite moments that happened yesterday.
Yeah, why not? Let's go. Let's show them the ropes.
Alrighty then. Well, I like that. So we had let me count. How many shutouts did we have? We had 2 shutouts. 2 shutouts, okay? We had one, which was the game I just said earlier, the Mets and Brewers. Those Mets and those Brewers, the Mets shut out the Brewers. Now, of course, then after that, we just kind of had a little, wasn't that bad. It was the White Sox and the Rangers. I mean, it was a pretty close game. It was 10-0. The Rangers whooped the White Sox. So no fun there. The Rockies and the Nationals went 8-7, so they had a pretty close game. Angels, for some reason, actually won against the Cardinals. That shouldn't have happened. I mean, did you see that? I sent you this. Did you see that bounce play that they made? That was cool. I really like that.
Yeah, Angels leave it to Angels to do something totally random that normally doesn't happen, but it's the Angels, so what the heck? Let's just do it. But yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Speaking of cool, today me and Zaydar, we actually have something that we do. So we were able to talk a bit during the kind of the halftime breaks that we would have in between, and we actually got to keep an eye on the situation that was taking place at the Red Sox Orioles game, and we saw this amazing play from Romy Gonzalez. Just a great play from him, and I think that's been an issue that the sun is really getting in these players' eyes. I mean, we saw during the Yankee series, they lost a couple balls. Andy Pages lost a ball. Romy Gonzalez damn near lost a ball. The Angels did that bounce play because, well, the sun is brutal. So, I mean, Zaydar, we've both played some kind of form of baseball. I mean, how hard is it when the sun's in your eyes and you just gotta go, oh, goddamn, no.
It's almost the scariest thing you can do in baseball is when you got a lock on it and then suddenly the sun gets in your eyes and you can't see it, and you're either stuck trying to guess or gotta hide. But Romy made a good dive. He was able to catch it back at the last second. That was really impressive to see.
It is very impressive to see. But something else that was impressive: the Diamondbacks and the Athletics. Besides the blowout, the actual mauling of the Oakland A's, 15-5. Jesus. Yesterday, Jacob Wilson hit a really clutch home run. He had such a clutch home run. He had an amazing bat flip. And you would hear that and assume that the A's won. No, they didn't. They didn't win. Did you see the pitch that the Diamondbacks hitter, he got that caused them to get the walk-off? The pitch that he hit was so high up in the goddamn, so high up that I think NASA couldn't even get to that damn ball. It was so high up, and he somehow hit it, hit it into left field, and that was the walk-off for the Diamondbacks. But, of course, another blowout was with the Cubs and the Tigers. That was a lot of blowouts today. And the Rays and the Blue Jays, we were talking about the AL East. They whooped the Blue Jays 12-2. And then the Pirates-Yankees game actually got postponed. So I think they're doing a doubleheader tonight. I would guess so. Either that or they're gonna.
Yeah, I think so, right? Unless the schedule stops them, but I think we got a doubleheader.
They are playing a doubleheader. They are on right now in 0-0. So
okay, yeah. All right then.
Those poor Yankees, man. They've had to play like 2 series in a row with doubleheaders. Oh man, you gotta feel.
Oh yeah, they're not getting a rest.
No way. And speaking of the people that the Yankees played against, we weren't there for that episode with the Dodgers-Yankees series. It happened during the World Cup, and my God, we're gonna talk about the World Cup once we get to the sports cap. But also that day they had a doubleheader with the Dodgers. Dodgers whooped them in the first game. Yankees won I liked the game on Sunday, the second of NBC one. That was a good game. Dodgers go up, win, and 2-3. And so now we can get up there, and now we can talk about my favorite stuff. They're playing a double. Okay, so apparently bad day to be an AL East team because the Red Sox and the Orioles, their game got postponed yesterday, and that's why we have a doubleheader now. Yikes! All right. Oh, how fun. And I knew they were playing too early. But a lot of postponements. Man, yesterday was crazy, man. Jeez. Nothing was going right.
Bad weather in the East Coast, I guess, right now. This is where I'm glad to love myself some West Coast sometimes. There's not so much rain.
Yes, sir. West Side. But speaking of the West Side, I mean, the Dodgers had a crazy crazy game against the Phillies. I'll set the scene for y'all. Justin Wablisky, all-star legend, all-star innings eater, went out there to face against the guy that was gonna be in place of him, Mr. Zach Wheeler, and Wheeler pitched it pretty good. I liked Wheeler. Man, he went out there and he pitched a pretty good game in the duel. He gave up less hits than went out there. He pitched. I like the way Wheeler pitched. I like Wheeler. Unfortunately, Wablisky gave up one run, and Wheeler only gave up just two. And the Phillies had a chance to score, but they didn't score. And Zaydar, you've seen the play, so have you seen the play yet, Zaydar?
That weird double play the Dodgers had to get.
Yes. You want to explain it to them, or do you want me to give them the rundown? I mean, you haven't really done much in this crazy.
That, if I'm not mistaken, it was that one where is a ground ball they threw back to Rushing to get the out at home, but then Rushing almost screwed up trying to tag him because he kept running back instead of throwing it, and he was starting to mistime the pickle. But they managed to get him close to the plate, and then they curled him out at second, if I'm correct. That play at second, though, was close, though.
Yeah, that was a close play at second. I don't know why JT was off the back like that. But basically, if you haven't seen the play, I mean, it's been all over the place. Basically, runner gets stuck in a pickle. Rushing throws at the third. They get him out at third. Mookie throws to second and then gets JT out at second. He throws the ball to Edman. Yes, Edman. And that ends the game. But Zaydar, they come very rare, and this one was a fun one. We had a triple play yesterday. Oh, man, that was awesome. Did you see that triple play? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
I only ever heard about the triple play. I didn't get to see it while it happened.
Well, I'll give you the rundown. Jose Altuve up the bat. Hits the ball. Hits it right to the third baseman. Third baseman grabs it. Throws it to second. And Altuve, he's old now. He's old. He's unk. So he can't cry one like that. Runners probably had a bad start. And Altuve is caught out at first, which means a triple play has just occurred. You know how lucky you must be as a pitcher to have a triple play happen for you? You have two people on base, right? You have one in scoring position, and then you go out there, your fielders give you a triple play. That must feel great.
It's like the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card. And, you just pitch yourself into a kind of a jam, but then you produce a perfectly hit ground ball or fly ball or anything, and then suddenly you're out of the inning, like as if nothing happened.
Yes, just the beauty of baseball. The beauty of baseball. Well, a lot of baseball has been talked today, and of course, right now, actively, that's the best part about doing games like live. Wow, we're doing an episode while games are going on. The Dodgers actually have taken the lead in the Phillies Dodgers game. They lead 3-2. Thanks to Dalton Rushing. And Dalton Rushing has scored all the runs tonight against the Dodgers. And the Rushing is a whole character himself. And we were not able to talk about his antics here when they were happening, when they were fresh and new. Rushing's been a very polarizing figure in the space. Well, you know what? Zaydar, since we're recording right now, we'll show you what we're looking at right now. The Twins are whooping the Guardians 7-3. Right now, of course. The Orioles still are shutting out the Red Sox, which is unfortunate. Keep that on alert. They're up 4-0. The Rangers and White Sox, they're about to play that game. Those two games you have to watch, the Guardians and the White Sox, is because that is the divisional race. And as of now, they are tied, but the White Sox have the better, I don't know, what was it, 1%? You know what they should bring back, Zaydar? We talked about this at wherever we were. You know what they need to bring back, man? They need to bring back 160.
Oh, yeah. Game 163 makes for insanely tight division races. Because instead of whatever tie-breaking rules, we get to see the top two teams actually duke it out. Instead of whatever technicalities at the end, we get to see them go head-to-head. And they have to prove which one of them is better,
Yeah, and the last time we had it with the two games, the Brewers and Cubs and the Rockies Dodgers, man, that was What time to be alive. I wish we could bring those back. Can they add that into the what is it, the new CFB? Whatever it is. Whatever the hell. They need to put that in the new agreement. We need to bring back 163. And actually, to kind of fill out time, let's talk about that the players agreements, because it's kind of a thing that everyone needs to keep an eye on. The 2027 schedules were just released. The Dodgers are going to open up the season, but the Dodgers might have just caused there to be no baseball in 2027. Of course, Dodgers have caused a major cry for the salary cap, and the players want anything but a salary cap. They have been very vocal against it. At the All-Star weekend, there was clips going around of the players saying, no, we don't want that, being very vocal about it. The owners want it because they're cheap and they're bums, and the players want it because they are rich and they are also bums. So it's two bums going against each other. It's two rich bums going against each other to try and save money or trying to earn money. And it's going to screw all of our fans over, so that's no fun. But the players union did just ask for basically the same damn thing we're on right now. I did like what the owners and the league were offering, which was to allow trading picks. The only thing I didn't like is the salary cap. Zaydar, you already know how much of a stickler I am for no salary cap. I am a fan of a salary floor. Zaydar, how do you feel about these current negotiations going on? Obviously, as baseball is kind of in jeopardy in 2027.
I'm glad negotiations are happening so early. That way we don't have to worry about a lockout. But I do have questions as to how the salary floor and cap would work out. For one, you need the ownership groups to not be super scummy and waste a lot of money on the floors and caps, which, of course, if you're an ownership group, and by default, you're probably really scummy. But you just gotta hope and pray that they figure something out and it doesn't cause any more uproar or any more bad teams doing weird things that just disappoint fans and waste money than it is now. Just gotta hope that they figure something out, because I don't know how much I can take or leave deferrals, but I heard that MLB's proposing to the Players Association to get rid of them, if I remember correctly.
I honestly would think that maybe deferrals is maybe a little bit of a scummy move. Dodgers obviously popularized them. The deferrals have been a thing forever. That's why we celebrate Bobby Bonita Day, and that's my favorite holiday. And without deferrals, I wouldn't have my favorite holiday ever. So, but it's definitely crazy how you can say, "Oh, we're paying you $200 million for 5 years," but actually in reality you're paying that guy $2 million, and over a course of 15,000 years you're gonna be paying them like $1. It's kind of crazy how you could do that. I mean, this is the way again the world works, but the owners don't like it, and I mean I like it because I'm gonna be real. If I had the opportunity to pay you $200 million, but I didn't have to pay you $200 million now, I could pay it over a course of time. I would choose that. But I can see how that's kind of how people don't like that. And as this goes on, the Phillies, fucking Bryson De La Cruz, he just hit a homer, and now the game is tied against Dodger great Eric Lauer, so ain't that fun. But of course, I think we've basically talked our talk, Zaydar. I mean, you got anything else to add on about baseball related? Something you gotta get off your chest?
No, not really right now. I've got some good division races, but we already talked that, so yeah, pretty much covered it.
Ooh, you know what? We actually forgot something, man. Dude, thank God.
What
We need to
do we
talk
got?
about the Angels one more time. I know that, I mean, the Angels, that's kind of like sad. And the Angels remind me of that one, they're like the fat kid in school that the bullies come in, but we're the bullies, and the Angels are the fat kids. They had a baseball spy. They had a guy, he went out there to spy against the Rockies. So,
This is like unreal, bro.
in the craziest turn of events, the Rockies were spied on by this baseball spy. Do you want to know? This guy was named the baseball spy. He is the baseball spy. everything. He's known on the internet as the baseball spy. It's like if someone was called evil serial killer all over the place and then he was a serial killer. Well, you should have expected this. The baseball spy. He's on the loose, but he actually just got fired. He lost his job, so we may be safe from the baseball spy. But the baseball spy is a little baseball stupid because, well, he tried to spy. He tried to steal signs. Now, Zaydar, when the hell have you needed to go into the audience and try and take photos of signs from the coaches to steal signs? I mean, this day and age, you can just steal signs like anything, Zaydar. Talk about this, Zaydar. I mean, what the hell?
I mean, you got to go into the audience. You got like all of StatCast cameras in the stadium at this point. Like broadcasts are better than any ever before. You could watch a play. You could look and you have so many cameras on the field. You could look up a center fielder's nose. It's crazy. And then you got to go into the audience with the spy, and he's got to take pictures. Like what?
Well, Zaydar, I think we have found our next occupation if Desert OnDeck don't work out for us. We're gonna be baseball spies, and of course,
I'm down for that.
Oh yeah, man, we can steal signs. We could do that Astro style. But they didn't press charges on him because they both thought he was insane. So to save the little one, they're not gonna sue him. And that's it for baseball. Okay, I just had to get that off my chest because it was comedic and it was funny. Let's get on to the sports cast. All right, NASCAR, the Window World 400 at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And North Wilkesboro Speedway is a pretty crazy story of a track. Maybe y'all won't probably know this, maybe some of the NASCAR fans will, but North Wilkesboro Speedway was basically abandoned 6 years ago, and now it has came back to host not only a cup race. They has held cup races since 2023 for the All-Star race, but this year it has finally hosted its first ever fully points, like a full points cup race. So good on North Wilkesboro and good on the folks at Wilkes County. F1, I think Kim Antonelli won again. Great, get that fun. I know homegirl's happy about that. You know. But that basketball, Zaydar, I gotta ask you this question. Where do you think LeBron's gonna go? Where do you think the king is gonna go? Where do you think he's gonna go?
I have no clue, to be honest. When LeBron left, I was just kind of questioning it, and low-key kind of hoped he retired for a second. I don't know why. But we all know he's not retiring as long as he can help it. Yeah, I got no clue where he's going to want to go.
Well, Zaydar, I'm glad you decided to
you got any ideas?
I'm very glad that you put the hating side away and saying that LeBron was going to retire. God, let's not be a hater here. But I do think LeBron is going to go to the 76ers. I do think he's going to be in Philly. I feel like they've always wanted him, even when he became a free agent before he signed with the fucking Lakers, and he effed up our franchise, besides in 2020 when he actually won the championship with us. Besides that, he's been okay, but he hasn't done much for the damn franchise. But, a bit of Lakers fan here. But, of course, I think he's going to go to Sixers. I think he would go pretty well there. And the Sixers, they've been trading up pretty good. Sixers. Am I even saying it right? No, Philly. I'll just say Philly. Just to make sure I don't make a fool of myself. They traded for Brown in the off season. I think they can be pretty good. Of course, I saw the Golden State Warriors, but I think the Wizards saying, I don't want to trade Anthony Davis. Killed that. Anyways, we'll talk about the World Cup. World Cup is over. Zaydar, what did you think about the World Cup, man? It was a good tournament. I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun having it here in the States. Got some good experience. Finally learning that soccer, exists, and we had some fun games. Like, did you hear about that Cape Verde team, Cape Verde, from the African island where they were just like absolutely cooking through the whole thing before Argentina did what Argentina does?
They had a amazing run. Cabo Verde's run is gonna be remembered forever. The hero's welcome they got is completely deserved. And I watched the tournament. I'm a soccer fan. No, I'm not a soccer fan. I'm not a soccer fan, y'all. I'm a football fan. I'm a football fan at heart. I only watch the Mexican leagues, though. I'm not really into the MLS. I'll tune in to watch the Galaxy play, but I'm more into America, Club America, Vamos America. But this was a fun World Cup. I always love when the World Cup comes around. It used to be early all the time, though. I didn't like it when it was in Russia because I would be going to bed. I would be my bedtime when that. Qatar, same thing. I would have to watch it in school. But this tournament was fun. It was over the summer. I had a good time. I mean, Mexico, Canada. I mean, it was just glorious. It was here in the States. I mean, my house, man, is just filled with all the damn World Cup Los Angeles merch in the world. Family went to a couple of games. I mean, it was just a good time. Copa Verde, that game, I actually saw that in the Chili's. It was actually a really good time with the Chili's when watching that game. But the finals have happened, and to understand why we all hate Argentina, I've hated Argentina since 2022. I was not buying that Argentina crap. The damn, oh my God, Messi, Argentina. I didn't buy it in 2022, and I sure as hell didn't buy it now then because they had the refs on their side because FIFA, if y'all didn't notice, is very corrupt, and it was shown full on screen in the final with so many BS calls like that taking away goal from Spain. But Zaydar, if we were to just talk about that game and the blown calls that I thought of, I mean, it would have just been this section would have been like 10 minutes. But they didn't, and Spain won. So how do you feel about Spain winning? How do you feel about that?
I was extremely happy to see that Spain won and that Argentina lost. Now I'm so happy that Spain was able to take it. They was it? You mean Lamal? He earned it. I enjoyed seeing that. Yeah, pretty much sums it up. Is that was while it was kind of a boring final because not much happened. For most of the game, there was a lot of defense and blown calls that we're probably not going to talk about because those were annoying. But it was a fun tournament and a strong ending to the tournament.
Yes, sir. And of course, your mom, man, what a unit, what a stud, and he's so young. He's gonna have an amazing career. It was a simply lovely career. And football, oh man, it's getting closer. So get your fantasy rosters down, and then me and Zaydar are gonna be the best of friends over the football season because we like the Chargers and the Raiders, and I think the Chargers are just a simply lovely franchise as a Raiders fan. I just think they're awesome. Isn't that right, Zaydar?
Yeah. Yeah, what you said.
But let's get all the beef out. let's just get all this beef out of the way. Let's get all the fog out of the air. Let's get all this negative energy out of here. You into UFC? You into UFC, Zaydar? Well, there's no UFC fights, but did you see Conor McGregor?
I heard about it. I didn't get to see it.
Hey, I mean, I have my opinions on Conor McGregor. I think
Yeah.
I have my opinions on him. We have an opinions on him. But Zaydar, you know what, man? I know it sucks every time we have to do this, but I think it's time to say goodbye to the beautiful people that watch Tonight Show.
Yeah, time to say goodbye. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, so let's get it on there with the catchphrases, the money makers out here. Let's hit it out here. Well, I'm gonna ping pong this, all right? You know what? God loves every single last one of you, all of our beautiful children, except for those fat fucking motherfuckers named Kennedy. F them. I don't like him, and God don't like him. But you know what? I'll treat say that I'm a liar. Because we love every single last one of you, even the fat kids named Kennedy, and even the girls that think they are sweet. But, of course, y'all, remember, life is very short. You have to live it to your most, because you never know when your last day is going to be. You never know when when it's your last, time on earth. So, y'all, see y'all on the flip side, and stay rowdy, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
This has been the Desert on Deck podcast. Stay cool and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.